Okay, so I'm Grasswalker. Hello and welcome to the upper bracket finals of the Dota 2 2022 Bot Masters. I just feel like it's really good to get the upper bracket finals done and dusted so you know that someone's sitting there in the grand finals and you can watch everything else in the context of what's going to happen in the grand finals. In our upper bracket finals, we have beginner AI against Sirius AI. As you can see on the screen, we have the bracket for the entire tournament. The winner of Group A and the winner of Group D, both of these teams are undefeated at the minute going into the upper bracket finals. They are each 6-0. It's going to be a slaughterfest. We'll see what happens. In the lower bracket, you can see we've still got Valve Default Unfair, Edge AI, Furious Puppy, and Ranked Matchmaking hanging out in the lower bracket, ready to decide to what extent and which teams will continue running up the lower bracket. But we'll not worry about those right now, so we will hide the playoff stage there. And I've set up a little stat screen. Here are your two teams that are about to play right now, and I just want to highlight they're both undefeated. Neither of these teams have dropped a single game in the entire tournament so far. They're both ready to go. This is the pinnacle of Dota 2 bot play right now. Everyone else in the tournament has dropped at least 1 or 2 games throughout. These teams are on just form of straight W's the whole way through. As you can see, stat-wise, it looks like a beginner AI might be the favourite as they drop significantly less deaths in the matches that they play, but it might just be a game-style choice of how they choose to play and how they intend to win. So we'll hide that, minimise this. We'll just bring up the lobby to show that we have... Okay, that's really good that we did this. We're looking for a beginner AI against Sirius. Select that, make sure that it's saved. A beginner AI on Radiant, Diabot Sirius. I'm in the lobby. Start this game. I'm really curious to see what these teams pick because we've got certain heroes that are really highly picked, like Dazzle, but have horrific win rates. We've got other heroes that aren't picked very much, if at all. We've still got 23 heroes. Shadow Demon's one of them that has not been picked yet this tournament. Bounty Hunter, I think we've seen a couple of in the group stage, but not in a long time. Phoenix is also a spicy pick. Sirius AI bringing out some interesting stuff. Sniper from the side of beginner AI. Maybe they're thinking about picking off that Phoenix egg. Punch from the Dire side. Sirius AI. Oh my. This is gonna be juicy. These are some weird picks on both ends of the spectrum. Let's move my keyboard out of the way so I don't accidentally bump into it. How do I even analyze these picks? Got Witch Doctor talking about the beginner AI programming last updated
Prepare for battle.
August 16th, 7.31. Sirius AI, however, not updated since, it doesn't say actually. It says 1.64, 2022. Oh no, 26th the 2nd, so I think that's a February update for them. So one of these teams is newer than the other. Bring up the last hits and we've got a Shadow Demon mid from Sirius AI. I love the balls to pull something like this out. Phoenix, Omni, offlane. Offlane from these two, also very interesting. And then a Pudge Spectre top. I would have rather seen the Phoenix or the Omni support this Spectre. I'm not sure if Pudge offers anything.
To battle.
Witch Doctor Bounty in the offlane for the Radiant. Mirana mid, also a juicy pick. And then Sniper Sky in the safe lane. I think they'll get away with it because they're bots, but... got pretty mirror match looking movement for the bounty runes. It could be that each of these scripts share a similar parent but have different setups, different scripts, different item builds, different hero choices. As we can see that Shadow Demon runs to put a ward mid. Mirana a little bit stuck on the stairs. This might be concerning if you're a beginner AI fan, but finds their way to put an obs ward mid as well. So excellent vision from both the mids. Their creeps will get here first, so let's see. Shadow Demon only hits for 55, Mirana only hits for 58. It's going to be an awkward lane for these two. Disruption to steal last hits is usually a good shout. Got 1 CS apiece so far. Evenly matched mids. After the first creep dies, that is. Mirana might be looking for this range creep deny though, and she does get it. That's a huge advantage for her lane. Mirana, ooh, misses that CS, but grabs a deny. Meanwhile, Phoenix getting nuked. Burst damage of Skywrath Mage is something I'm going to have to keep an eye on the health bars at the top of the screen because anyone could die at any moment. It looks like Phoenix getting burst a little bit again. As well as the fact that their abilities cost them 20% of their health. Phoenix might be in for a really sad looking lane. Omni can do what he can to heal her, but... Meanwhile, a hook brings the bounty under the tower. He's crawling away. Spectral Dagger used on Witch Doctor? That doesn't feel like the right choice. That definitely could have been a kill. Farm looking good for both teams. We probably, assuming that you watched yesterday, we just saw Sirius AI prove their farming capabilities against Furious Puppy yesterday. And now we're seeing a beginner AI prove their farming capabilities above Sirius AI's. The Radiant begins pulling away with the CS. Combined 25, 26 from their end. Meanwhile, Dire has 6 on the entire map. Shadow Demon running away. Wants to grab a water rune. Struggling to find himself a place in this game. Only hero farming on the map right now. Spectre with the support Pudge is really not having a great time. Flag bearing creep will fall. But just like, what the heck is that guy? Sniper's getting gone in on. Omni had the thing that he used to have back like 7 years ago, where when he ran near people they were slowed. That would be fun. Just barely 2 clicks off. Sunray could have been the option there. Maybe even like an Icarus dive to get in on him. But Sniper salved up will be healthy and ready to lane again. Mirana freely laning. Surprisingly only with 8 CS though, but Shadow Demon has abandoned the lane. She keeps missing them is her unfortunate situation. Pudge got himself a hook on the Witch Doctor, it looks like. Both heroes harassing the other one. Like, we've got 2 1v1s. Bounty might even be grabbing a kill here. How much faster is he? 1 more click. He gets it. First blood on the Bounty. That's huge.
First blood, bagged and tagged.
You will love having that first blood. One of the best heroes to get it on, in my opinion. Phoenix forgets to cancel the dive and feeds. 2 kills for a beginner AI. Now they're hunting the Omni.
Healing and
Stops to heal himself, but it will cost him a little bit. Sniper with 20 CS at 4 minutes. He's on track for 50, 60 CS at 10 minutes. That's exceptional CSing. A little flag bearer. He's healing the Sniper up 6 seconds. It's like eating a tango. It's half a tango. Flag bearer creeps, changing how the laning stage goes significantly. Got another move into the Spectre, who only has 4 CS. Bounty's probably stolen more money from the Spectre than she's farmed. There's some more taken from her. The hook comes in though, and Bounty, a little bit awkward for him. Will manage to slink away. The support Pudge doesn't offer too much. I just want to have a look at the net worth. 1200. Very awkward for them. Shadow Demon leveling up and farming mid. It seems like a slightly favoured mid lane. The Mirana has a bit more CS, a bit more denies, but you're both going to be level 6 at about the same time. Shadow Demon doing a spicy little rotation here with the catapult wave. That might make the lane even more favoured towards Mirana, but they want to push with the catapult. While on the dire side, similar situation, but the catapult's in creeps, as it is down here. We'll finish off the siege creep first. They have a flag bearer though. Not for long. Flag bearer soon to fall. We'll get like 400, 500 damage on this tier 1. If they glyphed, this wave would get here in time, and it will, even without the glyph, but the glyph might just let these other two get in as well. Siege creep dies, the push is over. Fudge getting chased, Doctor and Bounty, ooh, cancel of the TP. Fudge lands a hook though, there's always an opportunity for a kill with the tower damage. I feel like, does Meat Hook one-shot catapult creeps? It probably does. If it's a non-ancient... Yeah. But he could one-shot that catapult, turn this push off. Omni's here too. Fudge is too low. Rotation looks a little bit awkward. Hook onto the wrong guy. Meanwhile, Budge is dying. The bounty's going to finish him off. Shuriken, one more right-click. Witch Doctor takes it. There's a 3v2. Dire brought 3 heroes here, but they're the ones who have a death. Oh dear. X and Shadow Demon pushing bot. The mid lane is now fully abandoned. All heroes have abandoned the mid lane. I can understand that Mirana wants to help top, but I feel like if you just sit mid and farm, you will help the team more than otherwise. Love to see Mirana arrow this siege creep just to put an end to this mini push. Choosing not to do that will lead to 200 or so damage.
Structures are fortified.
Ooh, the glyph. So 150 damage due to that. And again, the creeps are here. Yeah, this tower's... Obviously, it's only 200 to 300 damage. It's going to end up being 300 damage. It's only 300 damage, but it feels bad to just let that happen when you could have used your arrow for the catapult. Spectre looks like she gets picked off by a bit of a cask bounce and some right clicks from the bounty. Got a 3k gold lead for beginner AI at 8 minutes. Book is off the mark. And the farm is dominant for the Radiant side, which is fascinating because we saw how dominantly Sirius outfarmed Puppy, and now beginner AI is dominantly outfarming Sirius. They are levels of quality and difference between them. Bounty manning up on 2 heroes, but he knows he can do it because he's level 6. He might kill this Pudge here. Decides to back off. On the Witch Doctor's Courier, Recipe Urn of Shadows. What's on the bounties? Recipe Soul Ring. Oh, sustain for each of them. Tier 1 tower falls bot. A good push from the side of Sirius. They're the first teams to take a tower, and I think they'll be happy with that, especially given their heroes. Pudge TP's out, gets himself to safety. Sniper, usually a great D-push hero. Looks like he might die here. Ooh, that disruption is almost a grief. Because it buys enough time for the Mirana ult to make him invis. Under the tier 2 now, a couple of right clicks, and it's just so awkward for the Shadow Demon who will fall. 5-0, Radiant side. Sirius AI, they struggled fighting when they played Furious Puppy. Furious Puppy showed that they were the stronger fighting lineup. It was the lane dominance, followed by the late game plays, which meant that Sirius won those 2 games. However, this time it's them that are being lane dominated. Doesn't bode well as we begin transitioning to the mid game. Last ditch, you can see Mirana is way ahead of the pack. Looking like she's about to die though. And first kill on the board for Sirius. It's 500 gold split amongst their team. Or 400 gold, sorry. 500 gold swing. Mirana with 33 denies. That's crazy. Switch over to net worth and Radiant is all over it. Spectre not having a game. The offlane, bottom 2 heroes in the game. That means the offlane was crushed. Top lane was crushed. Mid lane, I mean, there's 800 gold between them, so it's a slight win for Radiant side, but with Mirana just dying then, a little bit more even than you would have liked it, given the side lanes. Sirius, however, willing to just man up on towers. They now are looking at taking out the mid tier 1. Oh no, we missed the Spectre kill. Oh. I'm doing a bad job on this one observing. Flag Creep's still alive, so all of these die heroes are healing up whilst the tower dies, and Sirius AI, they might not be winning in terms of net worth kills,
middle tower has
but they
fallen.
are taking over the pushing aspect of the game. 2 tier 1s down will begin to squeeze the map closer and closer towards beginner AI's base. And eventually beginner AI will run out of places to go. This tier 2 push I do not like. It is 11 minutes into the game. Don't try and push a tier 2. It's not going to work. You're going to get some damage on it, but I don't know if it's worth your time. Phoenix could be getting their level 6 during this time, and got 500 damage in, but if they brought some heroes here to clean you up. Mirana cheekily takes out a centaur creep. She has a Tumbler's toy.
Dire's structures are fortified.
We know that Sirius AI does farm for neutrals. First neutral of the game goes to beginner AI. Flagbearer creep at the front, that's not what you want. Punch is hooked way off the mark. With the disruption almost a grief, it buys time for Bouncer's TP, the Shurikens come in. Mirana, she's low but she's alive. Everybody just sort of scatters and nobody dies. That looked dangerous for Dire though. They know that they've overstayed their welcome. 3 tracks are up. The ultimate comes out from the Skywrath Mage, but it's only on the Spectre, who kind of just ignores that damage. Sniper clears up a track kill onto the Shadow Demon, now clears up the Spectre. Finishes off the Punch, it's nice triple kill for the Sniper! I hope he doesn't try and build a Dragon Lance. That item changed today! He's building a Dragon Lance. This might cause a problem for beginner AI. We saw it from Sirius on their Drow game. Drow had 12,000 gold at the end of the game sat in their bags because they finished the Dragon Lance. They didn't finish the Dragon Lance. Band of Elven Skin no longer a part of it. Mirana, cheeky couple hundred damage on the tier 1 tower. Sniper and Mirana, not 2 heroes that you want to be jumping under the tower with. Especially not against an Omni Knight. He's tanky and he's running at you. They're going to back off of the Sniper and just clean up the Mirana, who now has died twice. Not what you wanted from your dominant mid laner. She's second on the net worth board and she's not really achieving too much to help her team. Meanwhile, a flag-bearing creep will come and start healing the Dire side as they chase in on the Sniper. He's got 2 stacks of Shadow Poison, 3 stacks of the Shadow Poison. Ooh, it would have been 240 damage and he was at 230 health, but I think massive magic resist. Oh no, I think that actually just did 240 to him.
Dominating.
I see it says damage type magical, but we'll see. Fudge dies, Witch Doctor ults him. Meanwhile, Bounty's running in. He's hunting the Spectre, who has just finished phase boots. Bounty working on his Vanguard, it seems.
It's mine.
Shuriken onto the Phoenix. She's trying to TP out, but she needs to click egg or she's dead.
Got you.
Now Shadow Demon's in, but this tier 1 is quite low and Bounty's quite angry. Manning up on the Witch Doctor, but it's the neutral creeps that are killing him the most. Quite a bit of confused movement going on here. Got the Purge onto the Bounty Hunter. Shuriken hits so hard. Sends Spectre back to base. Bounty beginning to ball out of control. The Vanguard is going to render him immune to creeps and close to immune to towers. Disruption, this is a good one. Hook onto the Bounty, he's immediately popped. Meanwhile, on the other aspect of things, Omni Knight gets dove under the tier 1. Radiant clearing out the tier 1 mid. You think you're getting a great pick-off, you think that you've got the perfect kill on Bounty, and they just dive, kill the Omni, take a tower, and it feels like beginner AI getting the best moves on the map since the game began. Yeah, this lead drawing further and further in their direction.
Healing and
Omni heals a ranged creep. What are you doing? 3 Radiant Heroes, 3 Die Heroes. 4 Die Heroes now. Could be a fight for them if they want to. Now it's a 5v4. Fudge grabs the Mirana. The disruption's a grief! It's the worst disruption I've ever seen. It buys so much time for the rest of the team.
Dire's coach has been killed.
Oh no. And the Mirana lives. Okay, the Mirana dies in the end, but the 5-man wipe is all the fault of that disruptor. He used the disruption after Mirana got hooked out of position into 5 heroes. If you just right-click Mirana, she dies. Instead, he disrupts her, which puts her in a little safety bubble for 2.7 seconds. Comes out of the bubble, clicks the Storm, Sniper's got his shrapnel and right-clicks going on, and it's a massacre. Both teams amply warding. Got cliff wards from both sides.
Dire's structures
Got mid wards
are
from both
fortified.
sides. Staircase wards from both sides. This is the weirdest one, but an assortment of good
Dire's
wards
top
from
tower
both
has
ends.
been denied.
2 Die Heroes charging mid. This is suicide if they get gone in on. Radiant could have punished that more than they did.
purification.
Dire's bottom tower,
Dire's bottom
has
tower
fallen.
falls to a siege creep, sorry. Oh, we barely caught the death of that Phoenix. Gyraf now hunting the Spectre. Shadow Demon's running in, but he's just gonna die, it looks like. Beginner AI running away with this game. Dominating the undefeated team of Sirius AI so far. Perhaps an issue with the picks. The Shadow Demon not being used well. Fudge being used there. Spectre not having a game at all. Bottom 2 heroes. The Omni Phoenix off lane, I don't think that's what you want. Phoenix not really being used either to much effect. I don't think I've seen a single egg. Okay, now we've got Radiant Heroes stuck on a tower. They're initiating in. I'd love to see some TPs coming in. You've got a couple heroes that aren't here. Omni Knight's tanky, but he can only tank for so long and he will fall. The track gold continues to add up. Phoenix, an excellent egg opportunity, but instead just sun dives and right clicks. Now they're gonna die. Oh, it's a massacre. The tier 2's doing more damage than anyone else. Fudge right click down as well. Shadow Demon. They're willing to chase? It doesn't seem so. 4 for 2. Under the Dire tier 2. Beginner AI crushing this game. Not much of an advantage due to how far ahead they already are. 600 extra gold in their pockets. Then you have to think about, for example, Bounty and Mirana just farmed this creep wave. That's another 200 gold. They're getting damage on the tower that's worth money. Sniper's farming up mid. That'll get him some money. Meanwhile, Radiant, Dire, sorry, is struggling to put up a defense to protect this tower. Mirana's jumping in. The disruption's griefing. They isolate her finally, but what are you cooking? Boom, says the Spectre. Don't talk too much shit, you only have 8 kills. on your entire lineup, Sirius AI. Five heroes roaming around. Meanwhile, Radiant splitting the map a lot differently. Sky's pushing bot, Sniper's pushing mid with a DD rune. You got two heroes looking like they want to come back up the Sniper. Between the siege creep and the double damage Sniper, this tower's going to end up at half, but I have to imagine it should have been lower. Sniper is bricked. The Dragon Lance is costing him. Hook onto the Witch Doctor. That's a good kill. Ultimate wasted. Sniper, he's disrupted up. That's a good disruption. Now he's getting a feel for how to do it. The hook comes in. 2 kills across the board, but Phoenix dies to neutral creeps.
Bountiful.
Phoenix? Sir? There's no Radiant heroes, like, even on the side of the map that he died on. Sniper being bricked might provide an opportunity for Sirius AI to win this game. It's a long shot and it's a big comeback, but the opportunity is there. Sirius AI plays well in the lanes and great in the late game. This mid-game fight area is usually their weakest, but they are stabilizing the lead that beginner AI has begun to build. Omni looks like he might get picked off here. And he will.
But I'm not finished.
Shadow Demon didn't make enough space between him and the Radiant squad, so he's going to fall too. But yeah, usually Sirius does struggle in this mid-game area. They've had a bad lane, they're struggling in the mid-game. But can they bring it back late game? Spectre's definitely a late game hero, but I'm not sure if they're a late game hero when they only have 4,000 net worth at 20 minutes. Fudge. I mean, he's gonna die.
Now.
At least the net worth goes on to Sniper. He's not gonna use it. This hero is effectively bricked and useless for the rest of the game. Spectre gets found though. And the problem with being behind is that you can get picked off and you can get further and further behind. Thankfully... Okay, I thought the Sniper would steal it, but the way it worked out, Skywrath got the kill, and he is spending his gold. He also has a Dagger of Wristful. Plus 10 attack speed, consume 100 health to gain 40 damage. That feels like maybe a Sniper or bounty item, not a Skywrath item. Sirius AI yet to pick up a single neutral creep. Normally they're quite good on that. Tier 2s are available, Tier 3s in 3 minutes. Sky ult doing a lot of damage to the Shadow Demon. He's going to TP home. Omni Knight sends his disrupted illusion to tank the arrow. Very nice play from him. The cheeky micro plays. I love them. Sirius really wants to push mid, and I'm not here for it.
This will come in handy.
If you're going to do this, you need pushing heroes. Something like a Death Prophet, a Tiny, a Chaos Knight. Someone who doesn't mind running up and tanking the tower, but... best they've got is an Omni Knight.
Purification.
Dig that.
Hyper is hunting the Spectre.
Then
Casting Don't makes me really tired, apparently. Omni getting burst, but he is quite tanky. Pops his ult. Got a very weird fight going on. Phoenix not egging again. Will die. Fudge next to fall. The mid push is just not happening, and they need to stop trying to make that mid push happen. The tier 1 top that's available would be much more achievable. 5 Radiant heroes at the top of the net worth. Grass continuing to pull away. Shadow Demon jumped in on. Disrupts himself to dodge the sniper ult. That's not too bad, but will die. The Phoenix is just not being used at all. They're not using their egg, the dive is only half used. Got the kill onto the Mirana, but at the cost of 3 heroes so far. They will pick off the Witch Doctor though. Now they're fighting the Sniper, who just has 6,000 gold in his bags. Should be a pick off for them. So a decent fight for Sirius actually. 3 for 3, which will favour them. 1,000 gold comeback, but I feel like they should have got more for that. If you're going 3 for 3 with a team that's 15,000 gold ahead of you, you should get more than 1,000 gold.
Regeneration.
Oh my god. The mid push again, it's not working out for them. They look like they want to fight the Sky Raft, and they are going to do a lot of damage, and they will get that Sky kill. A great pick off there. Worth 700 gold. Just as good as a 3 for 3, that pick off. Shadow Demon tries for a TP, but the bounce of the cask puts an end to that aspiration. They really want to push mid, and they need... Stop! It's not working out for you, but the Mirana's low. Right clicks are coming out. They will clear up the Marauder. It's not going too badly, actually. I'm really not here for the mid push, but it is kind of working. Bounty here on the hunt. Sonj Crimson Guard. This man is huge. Highest net worth in the game. Gonna TP himself into the middle of 4 heroes. Sniper ult's coming out. Shadow Demon disrupts himself. That's a little bit of a grief. Look like we got a 3v3. The top lane. One team looking for a tier 1, the other team looking to hold.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Punches onto the punch. They're adding up. He's probably dead here. He is. Now we've got an ult onto the sky. An ult from the sky onto the Omni Knight. He'll live because he's so tanky. I don't know where all this tankiness is coming from. He's got 3,000 health with a Bracer Echo Saber.
Blessings.
Tread's Echo, I guess, gives some strength. Spectre picked off as well. It's interesting to see that Sirius AI is always the aggressor in this game. They're trying to push tier 1s and they are going to get this tier 1.
Radiant's top
They're trying to
tower
push tier
has fallen.
2s, they're eventually going to get this tier 2. But they are 10,000+ gold behind. Interesting that they are the key aggressor of this game.
Illusion. Vanish.
Bounty jumps in. It's 1v3. Witch Doctor's here now. Does he have ult? No, he doesn't have mana either. He offers nothing really. We're going to start manning up on the bounty. Is it enough? The healing shock?
Dire's courier has been killed.
Phoenix dies on the back line, but it looks like Bounty could pick up that Omni if he wants it. Phoenix dies in the base. Then Omni dies the Sky ult. I missed both though. I went to see where the Phoenix died. Looks like Maledict in the base. Oh lord, now Sniper's dead. What's he doing mid? Mirana's there too! Beginner AI with a terrible attempt at pushing. So they've stemmed the bleeding. The lead is no longer growing against them, staying stagnant at 10k, which is beneficial to Sirius AI. They play better in the late game. Sniper is bricked, and the longer a game goes on, the less that 10,000 gold matters. Contextually, we found Skywrath Mage, but was that a Blade Mail? It was not a Blade Mail used. He has it on him, but he didn't use it. Could have killed the Sky with ease there. I think if he just pops that Blade Mail. They'll finally get this tier 2 they've been looking for a long time.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Also going to find the Witch Doctor, jump in on him. He has ult, but no mana. They don't commit for the kill. And he goes back in, they'll think about it a little bit more. It's 3v2. It's going to be a 2-for-1 trade though.
You make
A little bit
fine
too deep for
crater.
too long. Now Phoenix is here. Sir. Omni finds himself an Elven Tunic. Got a mixture of tier 1s, 2s and 3s for the Radiant side. We've got 2 items, a 1 and a 3 for the Dire side. If Omni keeps jungling though, he will find more and more neutral items to benefit his team. Oh lord, does he jungle? Look at the last hits. Omni, the most farmed hero on the Dire side. Reflected in the net worth as well. Wins the dagger. Then he finds a
Dire's
huge
middle
creep
tower
wave
has
top.
fallen.
TP's away from it, unfortunately. He wants to join in the fight. Got Podjolt onto the Mirana. Sniper's clicking, but he'll click for less and less damage as the game goes on. 8,000 gold in his stash.
Your
1 for 1
passion
so far.
honors the omniscience.
Couple more clicks. Phoenix could egg, but dies. Omni will take the trade though. Kills the sniper. It's 800 gold for the Omni Knight. Your core Omni Knight is waking up. Shovel found by the bounty hunter. It's like Dire wants to man mode mid, and I can respect it to an extent. You want to do a little bit of man moding, get the racks, and then the racks will enable you to win the game.
Dire's
don't-
top tower has fallen.
You don't really want to push this hard when you're 10k gold behind, but if you're in your own jungle, you might find a couple of out of position heroes. Skyras keeping in for the Radiant side. Bounty's so tanky. Sky, Silence, Atos. Bounty getting right click. The ultimate comes out from the Omni. The man fight is on, and Bounty's not winning this. He will die. Skyras will pick off the Shadow Demon before dying. Now Mirana's TP'd in, but she doesn't want to be there. Triple kill for the Spectre, and it's a comeback mechanic. Double damage Spectre goes from, I think it was like 8,000 net worth to 10.5k. 1,500 plus gold added to Spectre's bank account. Phoenix has found the Witch Doctor. Doctor has to. Oh, he cancels the ult! And he wastes the switcheroo.
Dive.
This will be easy pickings for this Omni Knight, whose Axe is being worked on. Phoenix providing nothing except cask bounces to grief the Omni Knight during that attempted kill. Atos will help. There's the kill. All chat comes out from the Shadow Demon whilst he respawns. Sniper finds some tier 3s. Shadow Demon finishes his Aeon disc. I don't think that's the build. Back to beginning to farm up. Usual Blade Mail, Vanguard, BKB on its way. Lots of defensive items. Fudge going a little bit orrery. Waymailed, Hood of Defiance, Urn of Shadows, helping out his friends. Ags is up for the Omni. What does it do? Duration, status resist, radius becomes global, affects buildings too.
Allies disappear.
Bounty Hunter picked off! Sirius AI, as soon as it gets into that mid-late game period of about 27 plus minutes, they turn it on. Their lanes are great. 0 to 10 minutes are great. 10 to 25, they struggle badly. Those early fights, they get demolished. But then, 27, 28
Dire's bottom
onwards,
tower has fallen.
that's when Sirius AI starts to really turn up the heat. They're gonna find Mirana. Mirana's dead. Their ability to just travel as 3 or 4 and pick people off. Omni will die on the other side of the map though. Ooh! Okay, never mind, it wasn't Sniper. I thought I saw 1,000 gold and I tried to get the Sniper, but it was a miss. Sniper's just walking around with 10k in his bags. Dr. Ult cleaning up the Dire squad. Maledict will start ticking him down. Tick. Fudge dies in the fountain. Eternal Shroud finished. It might help him against the Doctor, but I'm not sure if it'll be enough. Graphs showing the comeback. Sirius AI has never at one point been winning this game, but they have been winning some of the exchanges that have happened during this game. You have to imagine if Sirius AI had a better laning stage, how much better this game would be going for them. Sniper finds the Phoenix. Damage is still at that sort of 150 mark, and it's not improved for a long time. It won't improve. It will become less and less relevant as he just sits on 11,000 gold. Which is tragic, really, because if we were still playing on 7.14D or something, this sniper would be huge, and he would be 1v4ing people. But struggling to adapt to the new patch, beginner AI. Lots of damage onto the Omni, but it's just not enough. Now he's hooked, now he's ulted, and what should have been a kill for him instead becomes a bit of a feed. Blast Rig found by the Omni. Almost have a full selection of neutral items.
Purification!
We want some more neutral items. Unluckily doesn't find any. Fire pushing mid, Radiant pushing top. They've got double catapults and the little inspiration flag bearer wave. These towers will melt. They're melting. Omni TP's back. Might have been worth a Guardian Angel and a Glyph. There's the Glyph. Ooh, Death Ward in 2 seconds. There goes the Death Ward. Somehow Phoenix gets a kill mid. It's the counter push. No siege wave for this push though. Top racks could potentially fall. Ooh, the TP's back, might save it.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Tower falls at the very least. Radiant's tower does not fall. Spectre, Spencer. Spectre gets arrowed. Right clicks. She's really tanky, but she's not doing anything. Will fall. Time to clean up the siege creeps before they take a Rax, and Rax was saved for the dire side, but they didn't get the tier 3 mid they were looking for. Punch with another, not another TP, but punch with a TP. Got 9 of them. Partially on account of his 13 deaths, most likely is where he got those. Ags for the Shadow Fiend. 3 charges. That could be big. Bounty running in, he's got an Arcane Rune. Disruption buys enough time for the Omni to get here. Can they kill the bounty? The hook! The ult! Pudge comes in, changes the game. They scatter from the arrow and it's a 1-for-1. I think you'll take that every day of the week. The Phoenix was worth 600 gold. The Omni Knight was worth 1,000 gold.
Just what the doctor
sorry, the Bounty Hunter was worth 1,000.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Rana might get picked off here. She's walking around really low. Disruption, a little bit of a grief. Now you've got heroes pushing the middle lane, but they're out of position. Sniper's right-clicking from the bottom of the screen. It's a cleanup. And they find the Witch Doctor too! Over the course of 2 to 3 minutes, it's a 5-man wipe. Sirius AI, the comeback is here. Experience is in their favour. The gold lead is down to 3k. No Rax has been taken yet. They're about to ball down mid. They have a glyph available for the Death Ball mid push. I expect taking that regen to get 300 mana back is a little bit dumb. Instead of pushing mid, they're going to go the outpost. I'm not keen on that. I get that you're worried if you're pushing mid, people could TP to the outpost, get a bit of like a backstab going from this channel here. A bit of a pincer movement, you got some movements from different directions. That's what they're worried about, but because they waited so long, Skywrath and Mirana are back up already. Witch Doctor will be up by the time they're like established on the high ground. Have double wagons, the tower's melting. 10 seconds left on respawns. They're established.
Radiant's middle barracks are under
Glyph
attack.
comes out.
Radiant structures are
There's
fortified.
2 seconds left of the glyph. Doctor's up, Sniper's up. All 5 heroes are up. Pudge, he jumps in, but he's gonna get Skywrath ulted. He's down. Oh, the Phoenix swoops on in. Witch Doctor pops his ult, but it's a little bit out of the mark. I love what Spectre's doing, just BKB, try and take the racks. Runs in, starts cleaning up the Skywrath lead. Disruption to dodge the Sniper ultimate. Buyback from Mirana, setting them invis. The catapult, one more shot, takes out the racks. Oh no, it doesn't. Sniper falls. Mirana's buyback might become a dieback, depending on how far they jump. They're looking for the Omni. Heal on the Omni's not enough. Spectre's the only one that's left. There is 5-man wipe. They got the racks. There was also 2 buybacks used. It's a 6k gold swing for beginner AI, but it's a racks. Permanently lost. Obviously, if beginner AI can rush to the other side of the map, 65 seconds until Spectre's back, they could counter racks. Potentially. Oh, look at the graphs. They begin pointing in back in the favor of beginner AI. What a game. The poor Sniper walking around with 12.5k gold. It says he's the 3rd most farmed hero, but really he's the least farmed hero. Glyph to try and prevent the counteracts will send them out. Meanwhile, Pudge just grabbed somebody. He's got the Mirana. It's a solo kill. Dieback on the Mirana. That's going to make the push mid more awkward because they know Pudge is up there. Instead of pushing the building, they're chasing after the Shadow Demon. Which brings time. Pudge, hook onto the Sniper. Out comes the ult. Sniper's dead. Doctor's stuck in the base. He pops the Voodoo Switcheroo. Gets hooked. That sort of helps him get out of the base though, and he will fall as well. Hot Rack's falling to siege creeps though. Guardian Angel, not quite enough to help. Someone needs to stop these creeps because there are a lot of creeps there. The creeps will take a axe if you don't stop them. No glyph available. Creep wave will spawn, distracting the normal creeps, but catapults will keep hitting.
Dire's top barracks are under attack.
Oh no. This would never happen in a pub, because someone would see this wave and they'd go, oh yes, 1,000 gold, I'm gonna TP back.
Dire's top barracks has fallen.
Sirius AI, they must see that the Mirana and the Sniper already brought back. They must think that they want to end.
Radiant's middle barracks are under attack.
What they've done is they've traded a full Rax top for a ranged Rax mid. They already had mid. They can't do anything else because the tier 2s are alive. Jump in on the bounty. Disruption, a little bit of a grief. But they do find him in the end. Lower and lower until the bounty falls. I mean, Sirius might be able to clean this up. They don't have pushing heroes, but everyone on the Radiant side that matters is dead. Sniper 30 seconds, no buyback. Bounty Hunter 60 seconds. Might have buyback. Ultimate onto the Mirana. The Witch Doctor ultimate is out, it's bouncing around, it sends someone home. Ultimate not available for the Pudge just yet. He's found himself kind of stranded in the enemy base. And it was a complete waste of time for Dire. They lost the top racks and got a single ranged racks plus half a tier 4, but that's not worth it. Now they want to be careful as top wave might be pushing. These flag bearing creeps can make the difference as they heal up the other creeps. Look at all these creeps, they're all still at full health. One creep dies, but that's it. The flag bearer gets nuked down by the catapults. Rana jumping in, looking for the Shadow Demon. Has arrow, but is worried about getting duped, so jumps in real close. Aeon Disc popped. Disrupt to try and dodge that ultimate, but that's going to put him in an awkward spot when he gets back. Question marks coming out from the Omni.
Thanks you.
Phoenix failing to D-push top. Who's getting the best of this bot push? To me, like it might be Radiant. As the wave gets closer and closer to the enemy base. Meanwhile, look at this. Creeps clearing up the tier 4. They're going to do just as much damage as the other team's push did. Meanwhile, the Rax is falling. Beginner AI in a great position right here. All 3 lanes as in as you can get them. Sky's dead. It's 5v3 mid. Can't even narrate what's happening. It's just a mess of abilities. 2 Radiant heroes dead. There goes Bounty. Just Dire turns up and clicks all of their buttons and Radiant dies.
Dire's middle barracks are under attack.
We go unseen.
Omni trying to de-push all these waves. Looks like finally Dire is getting the best of bot lane due to the 4 ranged creeps they've got. The lane will finally begin pushing this way. Then again, they're all fighting the catapults here. Sure, you'll get the catapults, but wave will keep pushing. Pick off on the Skywrath who just respawned. Sirius AI, I mean, after that team wipe, they might be thinking they might want to end it. They tried to end it earlier. They are a team that after that 35-minute mark will just try to throne you if they can. Mirana needs to be so careful.
Radiant structures
Buyback
are
status.
fortified.
No for Sniper. No for Mirana.
Radiant's
No for
middle tower
Skywrath
is
Mage.
under
No
attack.
for Witch Doctor. Bounty has it, but he's up in 10 seconds. That's one tier 1
Radiant's
down.
middle tower
Tier 4,
has
sorry.
fallen.
Now they're working on the other. Bounty and Mirana, they need to do something to defend this. Just pop that Crimson Guard, maybe. The throne being tickled. 5 heroes are here. Sniper's about to respawn. It's now or never.
Radiant's
Both heroes
ancient is
tentative.
under attack.
Out comes the bounces. Shuriken toss, cleaning up the Radiant creeps before they go
Dire's
back in.
middle tower is under
The
attack.
throne's at half. It's now or never. Beginner AI, get in there.
Radiant's ancient
Oh,
is under
Skywrath
attack.
respawned. They have to go now. They have to. If they don't go now, they're going
Dire's
to
middle
lose the
tower is
throne.
under attack.
They're just
Radiant's
not willing
ancient
to
is under
initiate.
attack.
Oh, and it's game 1
Dire
to
victory.
Sirius AI. They claw it out. Let me just mark that. Sirius AI remains undefeated in a huge comeback against Beginner AI. That is absolutely massive. Oh, the Sniper. He didn't buy any items because of the new patch. How different would this game have looked if the Sniper was buying Mjolnir, BKB, all sorts of stuff? He had 15k in his pockets at the end of that game. Oh no. Alrighty, let's have a look at some of this stuff. Neutral items for both sides. Wards and tomes for the Radiant. Just wards for the Dire. Hero damage mostly dealt by Sniper, despite the fact he stopped building items after failing to build a Dragonlance. Hero damage mostly for the Spectre. I feel like the MVP this game is probably the Omni Knight, but I'm tempted by Spectre because they were so far behind. To have a comeback is quite powerful, but I will give it to the Omni Knight because he was the random 3 or 4 pos. It's hard to tell with the offlane Phoenix, and he did great this game. On the other side of things, I feel like it might be the Bounty Hunter. The track kills are what gave them the lead that they had. There was 40 plus track kills. It was huge. Graph-wise, I mean, just look at it. You won the laning stage quite dominantly with a 3 or 4, 5k gold lead at 10 minutes. You furthered that lead at 20 and 30 minutes. And that's it. 30 minutes onward, Sirius plays well. They play clean. They took good fights. They got non-stop pickoffs and ended up winning this game. I can barely believe it. Sniper just top 2 heroes, top 1 hero, top 3 hero. He's always at the top, but he didn't spend any of his money. If we have a look at the Sniper's item build, he picks up this Ogre Axe at 14 minutes. And it's a 50-minute game. Mirana as well! I didn't notice. Beginner AI, just 2 heroes short of a team. Oh no. That's such a patch-induced error. But it goes to show that if you have a bot script that's scheduled to build items, surely there must be a way for you to tell them, build a Dragonlance, instead of telling them, buy Ogre Club, buy 2 bands of Elven Skin. Once the Dragonlance is finished, do something else. There must be a backup where it's like, if you have more than 3,000 gold in your inventory, just buy something. Sniper and Mirana, between them, had 30k gold in their pockets, just not spent. Brutal to watch, but we'll see whether or not Beginner AI adapts to the patch, having played on it now for the first time, and whether or not they can pull out some wins. They need 2 in a row in order to stay in the upper bracket and ascend to the grand finals. Otherwise, it's a lower bracket run for them. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.